Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Emerald City Confidential. Last we left off, we had visited the North Gate to see what we could find in terms of the missing fiancé of Dee, aka Dorothy Gale. Now, I do want to have a chat with Tik Tok, which is actually a prominent figure in the books, if I recall correctly. But here is a map of the kingdom. Gillikin Country. Gillikin Country is choked by a thick purple jungle. Wild magic is known to thrive there. Sane people avoid the place when they can help it. Munchkin Country. Munchkin Country is full of acres and acres of blue farms and pastures. The city imports most of its food from there. Quaedling Country. Most of Quaedling Country is hidden by large red forests and lakes. I hear it's a good camping spot, but I'm not really a back-to-nature kind of girl. And Winky Country. Winky Country is covered in rocky yellow mountains. I used to patrol there in my army days. Not a pleasant memory. So, Petra was in the army? And then Emerald City itself. The Emerald City. It's been my home all of my life. Good to familiarize yourself with the general, area, the general kingdom. Procedure book. A well-read book on guard procedures and regulations. I used to have a copy of that book back in my army days. I threw it away long ago. Beyond that gate is Gillikin Country. It's considered a wildland full of untamed magic and thick jungles. At least, that was the rumor. I had never been there myself. Anything else I can take notice of here? Okay, let's have a word with Tik Tok, shall we?
Of all the soldiers to be on duty, Tik Tok is the second to last one I want to see. Still, beggars can't be choosers. Tik Tok, it's been years.
Petra, what is your business here?
Charming as ever. I have some questions for you.
That is your privilege.
I'm looking for a man named Anzel. He was last reported coming through this gate 2 nights ago.
You are mistaken. No one named Anzel came through this gate 2 nights ago or ever.
You're sure?
Affirmative. My memory is infallible.
Were you on duty 2 nights ago?
Negative. I was on duty in the palace.
Then how do you know for certain who came through the gate?
I have memorized the records. Nobody named Anzel came through here.
Could he have used a false name?
Using a false name is a felony.
But could he have done it?
It is within the parameters of possibility.
How can we find out for sure?
If you have a photograph of the man, I can cross-reference him with the name he gave.
Aha! So, we followed the lead and we do have the photograph of the man. And I just love that response. It is within the parameters of possibility. Well, let's have a chat with Tik Tok before advancing the
Tik
plot.
Tok, I have some more questions for you.
You may ask.
Let's talk about old times.
Let's talk about the old days, Tik Tok.
If we must.
He doesn't sound too... So, Tik Tok, how long is...
So, Tik Tok, how long has it been?
16 years, 3 months, 2 weeks, 5 days, and 11 minutes.
That long, huh? Where does the time go?
I cannot say.
And, yeah, he's still in the Royal Guard.
Still in the Royal Guard, I see.
It is an honor and a privilege to serve Queen Ozma.
I'm sure she feels the same way.
Old gang.
So, how's the old gang doing?
That's official business.
Oh, come on, it's me. I used to be one of you.
Precisely. You are no longer one of us. Ask again, and I will be forced to take action.
Oh my.
Fine, I get the point.
Well, that's
Actually, never mind about the old days.
Yeah, no kidding. And by the way, when you automatically run out of options to talk about, she just goes, "Oh, okay, never mind," or moves on to the last option that you can actually take. So, let's ask more about Anzel.
I have some more questions about Anzel.
That is your right.
Can you tell me who did?
Can you tell me who entered this gate 2 nights ago?
A total of 762 people came through this gate that night.
Wow.
Would you like me to list them all?
No.
Thanks, but no.
Thanks.
I'll crack this some other way.
And we could ask again,
Enough
but
about Anzel.
we'll only get the same response. And let's ask some general questions.
I have some general questions.
Any question put to me, I will answer, within reason.
Otherwise, he may take other action. So, yeah, what are you doing here?
So what are you doing here, exactly?
First line of defense.
You honestly expect another invasion?
It is not my place to ask. Unlike some, I do not shirk my duty.
Oh.
That's not fair, and you know it.
I only speak the truth.
That's a nasty burn. We don't know why she left. Why does a city need such a huge gate?
Why does the city need such a huge gate?
You were here when the Phanphasms attacked the city, were you not?
Yeah, I remember. They came from the north.
Precisely. This is where our defenses need to be strongest.
It's been a long time since then. I guess it's easy to forget.
Not for me.
Well, let's find out more about the Gillikin country.
Tell me about the Gillikin country, beyond the gate.
Ahem. Gillikin is the northern division of Oz, denoted by the color purple. It is home to wild jungles and forests.
And exiles, right?
And for illegal magic users who try to escape the law. Yes.
Actually, never mind.
Okay, so let's leave that
Thanks,
conversation.
TikTok. You've been a real help.
Only doing my duty.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. But let's give him that picture that he asked for.
This is a photograph of Anzel. Do you recognize him?
Affirmative. He did not use the name Anzel when he entered the city. He will have to report back to me and tell the truth in order to avoid prosecution.
Maybe I can tell him for you. What was his destination?
His destination was registered as 43 Granetta Lane, Emerald City. The residence of Miss Betsy Bobbins.
Thanks a mil, TikTok.
Only doing my duty.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. To Miss Betsy Bobbins. Another character from the book, by the way, or books. Unfortunately, I'm not quite as familiar. Maybe we can
Hey,
talk with him.
TikTok. I have some more questions for you.
You may ask.
Okay,
Thanks, TikTok.
Only
yeah. So, unfortunately, I'm not the one to ask about when it comes to who Betsy Bobbins is, but she did apparently play a part in the books, and if I remember correctly, she was sort of a replacement for Dorothy, or she was like exactly like Dorothy, only she had a giant donkey or something like that. So, we have a new location now. We could return back to the office, or we could probably go to Granetta Lane, but you know, I'm gonna... Well, let's go there first. I'm gonna waffle back
Granetta
and forth.
Lane is one of the nicer streets in the Emerald City. At least they clean it once in a while, which is more than you can say for my neighborhood.
I don't have any business there. Skyline. Look at that. Beautiful. Emerald City isn't called the Jewel of Oz for nothing. Let's see. Residence. Bobbins' residence. Betsy Bobbins lives pretty well. I wonder where she gets all that money. Hank.
Hey,
Hey, does Betsy Bobbins live here?
who wants to know?
I just have some questions for her.
You got questions? You ask me.
Huh.
Nobody gets in to see the missus without my say-so.
Who is she?
If you don't know, then why are you bugging her?
Her name came up in an investigation I'm working on.
Investigation? What does the guard want with Betsy?
I'm not with the guard, I'm freelance.
Look, Betsy don't get mixed up with stuff like that.
So you say. I have to find out for myself. I need to get inside.
Well, tough. I only let Betsy's boyfriends get past this door. Well, them in deliveries.
Deliveries?
Men send her presents. Flowers, jewelry, clothes, what have you. She doesn't always take them in, but she takes the presents.
Flowers, huh? The shop next to my office sells flowers. Find some flowers for Betsy. And letterbox? It says Bobbins. This must be it. Well, let's talk with Hank a little bit more.
Hello again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's ask about Betsy.
I want to know more about Betsy.
That's Miss Bobbins to you. What do you want to know?
Well, what does she do?
What does she do? Does she have a job or
I
anything?
need to stop reading the
Betsy,
lines.
nah. She don't work. She's a lady.
So what does she do all day?
She entertains. She travels.
She travels, huh? Didn't Dee say that Anzel spent a lot of time traveling?
Oh my. Well, where does she go?
Where does Betsy travel?
Oh, everywhere. Real cultured Betsy is.
Everywhere.
Well, not everywhere. The winky air is too thin for her. She don't travel there. And Gillikin country is too dangerous. But she particularly likes Munchkin country in the spring.
Really?
And Quadling country in the summer.
Quadling. So that's your big clue as to the kinds of flowers that you want to get for Betsy. So how can I get in to see her?
You don't. Unless you have something she wants, which I see you don't.
I see.
Let's talk about something else.
So let's ask about Anzel.
Do you know a man named Anzel?
Never heard of it.
I have proof that he came here.
Well, I ain't seen it.
I think his ears just twitched. Is he lying?
I think he is. Do you recognize the man in this photograph, then?
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Nope.
Could you look at the photograph before answering?
I said I ain't seen it.
Are you sure?
Lots of men come to see Betsy. I can't keep track of them all.
So, this man could have come here.
I didn't say that.
Well, what other men have come to see her?
What other men have come to see Betsy?
Hey, that's private business.
Yeah,
I
that
ain't
kind
gonna
of
start
is.
blabbing.
Would say 20 emeralds ease your guilt?
Nice try, sister. I've been with Betsy since forever. I ain't betraying her.
Oh.
Loyalty, a rare trait in this city. Let's change the subject.
It's a shame it's working against you, isn't it, Petra?
Let's talk about you.
Me? What do you want to know?
And I do apologize for any background noise from upstairs neighbors. So, who are you?
So, who are you?
I'm Hank.
And you're a mule.
You don't miss a trick. Sure, I'm a mule. You gonna stop asking stupid questions, or do you want a swift kick in the stomach?
Me? No.
Too bad.
Why does she need a guard?
Why does Betsy need a guard?
To stop people like you from harassing her?
Good point.
Men calling on her day in and day out? Poor girl just wants some peace.
So, she's popular?
You could say that.
But I do need to get inside.
I need to get inside.
Well, tough. I only let Betsy's boyfriends get past this door. Well, them in deliveries.
Yep, we've already
Deliveries?
covered that.
Men send her flowers. She doesn't always.
Never
Yep.
mind.
Anyway,
Thanks for your time.
so that's our big clue. The game does a pretty good job, usually, of letting you know pretty blatantly what you need to do next. So, let's go back to her office. Oh, who's that? Oh, Lion! What's Lion doing there? And there's an odd-looking man out here, too.
A man in a white suit is leaning against my office building. There's something very strange about him. Can't quite put my finger on it. Evening.
Evening, Petra.
You know my name?
Of course.
How? Do I know you?
Know me? I hope not. For knowledge kills the sense of wonder and mystery, does it not?
Great. A nut. And right outside of my office, too. Sure. Whatever you say.
Aw, Petra. Well, who are you?
Who are you?
A man who is not fully a man. A frightener of birds who have done nothing wrong. My head once was weighed down by leadership. but now rests easy on this street corner.
There's nothing easy about you, mister. A straight answer, please. Who are you?
But he gave you
Your
one.
eye sees only what your mind is prepared to comprehend.
You know what? Forget it. I don't care who you are.
You should. Because some of you may already know who he is. Some of you may be kind of, it's especially if you're only familiar with the film. But yeah, in the books, the biggest clue obviously being a man who is not a man, a frightener of birds. What does that sound like? That sounds like a scarecrow. That's right, this is the infamous Scarecrow, and it sounds like he's getting quite a use out of his brain. What with the philosophy and everything. And he talks about how his head was once weighed down by leadership. Well, in the books, at least for a time, he was actually made king. I think it was king, yeah. But he was the ruler of all of Oz. Until Ozma came around. But yeah, anything interesting in the paper? I need to stop reading these lines, because she reads them
Anything
just fine.
interesting in the paper?
Before I read it, I was uninformed. Now, I am merely misinformed. Which do you think is better?
I think you're crazy.
Madness is often logic overtaxed.
You're overtaxed, all right.
I like him. Can you go somewhere else? Oh, come on, Petra.
Can you go somewhere else?
We are all travelers in the wilderness of this world.
Great. Travel away from here. You're scaring away potential customers.
If it was worth doing, it would have been done already.
Okay. And you can ask him for hints about what to do, but I'm gonna end the
See you
conversation.
around.
I don't want to send him away. I like him. But yeah, it looks like Scrap's store is open. Let's go in.
And that, as we say, is that.
You mean it? They won't bother me again?
Not anymore. They decided to take a long vacation.
Oh, how delightful.
Now, about my fee.
Of course. How many buttons did you say?
I didn't. I said emeralds. 10,000 of them. You are able to pay, aren't you? Because if not, I do believe those men left some documentation behind.
They did?
Yes. Frightfully clumsy of them.
Well, don't you worry about little old me. You'll get your money.
I'm counting on it, Scraps. Contact my office. My. You do turn up in the strangest places.
Yeah, right outside my office.
Lion.
She remembers me. Don't be a stranger.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Creep.
Yeah. He's not a great person. Newspapers.
Let's see what the current headlines are.
Warehouse fire in downtown Emerald City. Ozma Royal Fire Squad tried valiantly to rescue the building, but were unsuccessful. An eyewitness, attorney C. Lyon, praised the fire squad's efforts. They did everything they could, but the damage was already done, he told reporters. These things happen. There's no need to jump off a bridge or anything. The authorities deemed the fire a natural accident and not magical in nature. No need to jump off a bridge or anything. Kind of a dick, aren't you, Mr. Lyon? Witches Weekly, the Gillikin Gazette, and the Munchkin Mirror. The usual trash. I'm not interested in any of them. Wow. That's kind of not called for at all. Another portrait of Queen Ozma glares down at me from the wall. That reminds me, I'll need to buy more darts from Scraps soon. Why? Why do you need to buy more darts? Alright, just kind of poking around. Ooh, jewelry and flowers. Assorted products. I have no idea what those are supposed to do, nor do I care. Scraps' merchandise has a dubious reputation. Jewelry. Cheap, tacky jewelry. Obviously fake. And I can't even look at the flowers? Alrighty. What's up, Scraps?
Scraps.
Hello, neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for dropping by.
Even after all these years of knowing her, I still can't get used to the sight of a living, talking patchwork quilt. Still, if there's any city where a patchwork girl could gain employment, this was it.
Yeah,
You
pretty
look
much.
troubled, Scraps.
I do? Oh, no. I'm perfectly happy. Or do I mean unhappy? Either way, I must find it.
Find what?
My green button. I've dropped it somewhere in the store. Can you be a dear and look for me? These eyes aren't what they used to be.
Sure, we can do that, but how's business going?
So, how's business, Scraps?
Fantastic. Or is it terrible? Oh, well, it's either one or the other. You buying anything today?
I might. I'm richer than normal tonight.
Ha 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 ha. Anything new for sale?
Anything new for sale?
I need to stop doing that.
New? No. Or is it yes? Oh, it's so confusing sometimes. But look at these flowers. Aren't they pretty?
They're gorgeous.
Very colorful.
They come from all four corners of Oz. I almost wish I didn't have to sell them.
What? Yeah.
What was the lion doing here?
Nothing. Or was it something? Oh, it doesn't matter. Pick either one.
He's bad news, Scraps. Stay away from him.
Oh, stop overreacting. He's just a big softy.
Softy, right.
Well, the thing is that that little indecisive bit she does, apparently she only does that maybe once or twice in the books, because yes, Scraps is a character from the books. But they kind of overplayed that a little bit for the game here.
Tell me about those flowers.
Aren't they just hideous? Or do I mean delightful? It's so hard to tell the difference nowadays.
Yeah,
The
I can see.
flowers?
Oh, yes. I get them shipped in from all over the country. You won't find a better selection. I promise you that.
And what are you looking for again?
What are you looking for again?
A green button.
An emerald button. It's so pretty and shiny. Take a look around. You'll probably see it glinting.
Like right there. Alright, let's end the
Bye,
conversation
Scraps.
for now.
Toodaloo!
Yeah, there it is. Glinting. We found it.
Is this the button you're looking for?
No, that's not it. Or do I mean yes? That's it.
Is it or isn't it?
It is. Bring it here. Thanks, neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
I was worried I lost it. It's a rare emerald button. If you find any more, bring them here. I'll be sure to reward you.
Hint.
Sure, I'll keep an eye out.
And not just the green buttons, by the way, one of seven emerald buttons, but there are other colors too that will pop up over the course of the game. They will reveal themselves with a glint. But in the meantime, before I go and ask her, wow, my neighbors are certainly very stompy. Anyway, before I go and try to purchase any flowers, I'm going to have to cut the video off here, but I hope to see you next time on Let's Play Emerald City Confidential. Hope to see you then.